Hi, my name is Eddie. I am co-founder and CEO of an education technology company, and I give Hive a 4 out of 5. The products that we considered in this space were Asana, Basecamp, and those choices were made based mostly on familiarity. Oh, Trello, which we've used in the past, and that was at scale. I don't care who bought them. It's very hard to manage Trello when it comes to building a large scalable project. So that was out. Basecamp, their UI, they made a big change. It just got even worse. It's only good for planning vacations now. Asana, good price point, industry, very standard, fairly easy to use, got better over time. So those are only the main considerations, and mostly just from word of mouth is how we made those decisions. And also, word of mouth is how we identified the final pool, and then the decisions were made by using all of them in real life situations. We chose Hive because at the recommendation of one of the senior folks within our team, but at the same time, I demoed the product myself and I used it on a day-to-day basis, and I thought it was a great product, and it was better than a lot of what's out there in the market. The UI was structured a lot better. It made a lot more sense within the context of what we're working on too. So that's why, even though we had free solutions, that we went with Hive, which was significantly more than free. Onboarding and integrating Hive was very simple because it runs through the browser, which is any sort of cloud-based application is that simple. However, I will say that for the tasks that we're using with Hive, it was new to our processes. So what I mean by that is that because we didn't have any legacy tasks involved within this specific project we're using Hive on, it didn't impact any sort of onboarding. However, if we were trying to move all processes and things that we had on Asana over, it would have been very difficult to it may have become to the point where it was unmanageable. So because we were starting from scratch, the onboarding was no problem. However, I can see that if it was replacing a legacy product, it could have been a huge problem, even a massive barrier to entry that would not make it possible. I would recommend Hive, except there is a problem. Is that depending on the size of the company, is that we have to be very cost thoughtful, well, especially in this sort of market environment. And I think Hive was like, I can't remember, it was like $50 a month or something. And I mean, we have to be really thoughtful budgeting wise when you have so many free solutions out there and you have so many other responsibilities and things to pay for. That was a big thing about it too. I will say that Hive has a lot of value adds, particularly if you're running like a modern software company that is not necessarily available in other platforms or is not structured as well, because they all try to solve different use cases, but Hive, I think, solves use cases a bit more cleanly. I think the only problem was the cost. So it depends on how significant a cost barrier it is for you. But for a lot of earlier companies, I think it doesn't make as much sense when there's a lot of quality free products out there.